All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to our Anime Yay or Nay podcast, where we are watching Ergo Proxy, and today we will be discussing the 3 episodes that we watched this week. I'm TheOutbackAl.
I'm Hot for Justice.
And I'm Chibi Noob.
We watched, what was it? 19 through 21.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. We're getting right up next to the very end of the series. I think we saw the first episode of the climax in 21. But before that, we had 2 episodes that had nothing to do with anything, really. Two wonderful little dream sequences. Pino had her own episode.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fun for Pino.
Pino.
She was running around Disneyland, I guess.
Yeah.
And Walt
Basically.
Disney, Andrew Ryan, whoever the guy from Bendy and the Ink Machine was like building people to make wonderful smiling. The world's gonna
Joey
end. Let's
Drew.
all Joey Drew. That was Bendy.
But his name was Will Be Good.
Yes, Will Be Good. Has an amusement park where he keeps everyone entertained so that everyone is smiling and happy and won't know all the horrible things until the end of the world, and then they won't have to worry about it. Which I'll say this about in regards to that, and like again, he's a proxy. We know he's a proxy from the get-go. But points to proxies like him and Q, who are just kind of like, you know what? Everything's gonna kind of suck eventually. Let's just have some fun while we can.
Yeah.
So I liked him in that regard. What'd you guys think of him?
About Will Be Good?
Oh,
just
the episode in general, but yeah.
Oh, well, my thing was I really liked how Pino got to do her own thing. But it did answer the question. Androids do dream of electric sheep.
Yep. Pino has dreams now.
Yeah.
Because all has happened while she was like charging her batteries or something. Though is it really a dream? Because it was a psychic projection.
Well,
that was put into her brain by the proxy. So was she dreaming of her own volition?
The proxy answered the question as in it is a dream and also not a dream. So more like a waking dream.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I thought of it.
So the question still stands: do androids dream of electric sheep?
I like to think that she does.
I hope so. But yeah, so she woke up in a trash compactor or drowner. It was a toilet, I think, wasn't it?
It's the garbage toilet.
Yeah, a garbage toilet full of garbage characters. They're trash.
Poor Alan Cole.
She meets Jiminy Cricket and the 2 amigos, which I was waiting for them to make a 3 amigos joke, and they didn't go for it like as much as I hoped they would. And yeah, it turns out they're all. I like how they had the dog officer has a giant dog head, and then he takes it off and there's an actual dog head underneath.
Yep.
Yeah. They were all auto raves.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I thought, I knew something was up when the cricket was like, hey, so tell me about your friend Vince.
Yeah, we knew that was. I feel like, just being part of the series, I don't think I was surprised when it was like, oh, we're in a new place that's totally different from the post-apocalypse. Well, there has to be a proxy here.
Yeah,
it's like the whole point of the show is always a proxy somewhere doing something.
Yeah,
That was
I think that's kind of like their go-to if they want to do a weird episode. They're like, oh, it's a proxy.
Yeah, which I think
valid
that's cool.
excuse.
Gives a lot of creative freedom in that regard.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jiminy Cricket looking to see how can we kill Vincent?
Yes.
Yep. And then later you get Will Be Good, who's legit just comes straight out and says hey, I'm a proxy. Make sure that Vincent doesn't come here, because if he does, we'll have to fight because we're both proxies.
Yeah.
And I don't want my world to be destroyed because I would definitely lose to him.
Yeah. And like
Now,
I feel like like at the very least like everyone kind of knows that, and in the world who's a proxy, which is which again makes me respect Q even more because he's like he wanted to fight Vincent sort of, but he's like I'm gonna fight him on my terms. I thought that was like a really good way of going about that. Still my favorite episode.
I guess like each proxy kind of has their own way of fighting Vincent. Like
most of them actually just try to fight him.
Yeah, like they all have their own strategies.
Yeah.
Which is
well, everyone's an individual, I guess.
Yeah. In a sense.
Which each of them has kind of had their own way also of dealing with, I guess, nihilism and the meaninglessness of their own lives, I suppose. Whether it's killing people, preserving people, keeping people happy, entertaining people, or yourself, or I'll give them this. They're at least, going out of their way to find stuff for themselves to do, which is nice. Not always nice for everyone, but interesting at the very least.
And I guess another thing of note with this episode was just kind of like how everyone was just talking about Pino and her spontaneous sort of smile.
Yes, her very genuine, pure smile. Which, yes, she is pure.
She's so pure because she has such joy because of her friends.
And she is a slapstick expert, apparently.
Yay!
There's a whole sequence of just running from the cops and running around and being spun in a teacup and all sorts of... It's a Pino adventure. It's going to be adorable.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute. Sorry, I have a cat.
I kind of had a weird, like, moment at the end, like at the end of that episode where like Will Be Good shows up and the other cartoon characters like kind of like turn on him because they love Pino so much, and they kind of suck him out of the out of the projection with a vacuum, and I'm like, I love the cartoon logic that's involved in here. At the same time, it's also like, and I know I keep bringing up nihilism and all this other stuff and God's dead and all that kind of stuff that this show keeps bringing up, but like there's I remember, you guys watch Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the one line that Jeff Goldblum has early on in the movie whenever they start seeing the dinosaurs. He's like, God creates man, man kills God, man creates dinosaurs, dinosaurs kill man. Or no, it was like God creates dinosaurs, God kills dinosaurs. God creates man, man kills God, man creates dinosaurs. And then someone's like, dinosaurs kill man, woman inherits the earth. And I'm like, it's kind of happening a little bit here, where it's like, the humans created the proxies. Proxies are killing off the humans to a degree. And the proxies made auto raves. Because I think we found out later the auto raves are all like, the proxies were the ones who invented the auto raves or something.
Yeah.
And then
they made.
And now the auto raves are attacking the proxy.
Uh-huh.
So it's like you're constantly being killed by the thing that you create.
Right.
Yep.
Me.
Speaking of proxies all having their own ways to deal with Vince, I think that's a good segue to the next episode.
Yes. Vincent's dream episode.
Yeah.
Or whatever was going on in that episode. I was getting so turned around.
It's a confusing episode. It's a bit confusing. I think I followed it pretty well. The one thing I'm confused about, to some degree, is whether or not the psychologist was a proxy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or whether so it was a proxy.
Yes.
Um.
Swan
yeah,
was
a
a proxy
proxy
the whole time.
Yeah. So basically, what happened to Pino Vince got in, like, a not so pleasant way. Vincent wakes up and he thinks he's inside Riel, like, in her head. Like, it's kind of a being John Malkovich moment. And yeah, he's just, like, watching everything that she does through her eyes. And then there's a thing, I captured. We apparently got back to Romdo. Riel betrayed me, and now I'm stuck in her head, but I'm outside of my own body, and my own body is saying he wants to kill Riel, and it's trippy. And then we find out, I guess, Riel has a multiple personality disorder, and this Vincent is not the real Vincent, but it's a Vincent in her head that she invented because she couldn't handle the fact that she betrayed him. And she's seeing a psychologist about it, because she's trying to root out, who's me and who's not. And the psychologist tells the Vincent personality, you have to kill Riel, so that she realizes that it's not that it's not you, and that you blah blah blah, because your fantasies and your realities and everything that you want in the world is affecting the way that she's perceiving the world and all this other stuff. And it's going back and forth, and it's kind of like a lot of, like, metaphysical psycho mumbo jumbo a little bit going back and forth, but it's a little Inception-y, I guess. And eventually he's like, wait, what the hell? This isn't real. This doesn't make sense.
I was just so caught off guard by, like, the weird alternate universe segment that they had, where it was like Riel and Vincent were engaged, and apparently like Daedalus
was her brother.
Like, yeah.
I think Vincent would prefer it that way, because then he wouldn't be competition. But he's not competition, let's be honest here. But no, because the doctor was like, you need to tell Riel your past. He's like, I don't know my past. Well, that doesn't matter. Just come up with something and let her know who you are, blah, blah, blah. So he came up with a fantasy that he would have preferred to show Riel, to show that was not the reality. But then he starts mixing up his fantasy with his own past and all this other stuff, and then blah, blah, blah. Ultimately, it didn't matter, because he eventually realized, oh, hey, my pendant, my proxy pendant. Riel has that. I would never give her that. I may love her, but I'm never going to give up my proxy pendant. And that's how he realized. It was, again, Inception. It was kind of like he saw the totem, and he realized he was dreaming. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to point out about that pendant. I was right. I was right the whole time. He is Proxy 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hang on a second.
Yes.
Hang on a second.
What are you talking about? We had the Monad Proxy pendant. It was number 13. Then we saw Vincent's pendant. What was it? It was a number 1.
Well, no.
Yes.
My whole thing is, we already know that they're basically classified as two different characters.
Okay, now you're just going into semantics. Is it Vincent or is Ergo Proxy? Ergo Proxy is Proxy 1. That's what I'm saying.
We shall see.
We have seen!
They don't do that unless there's a reason for it. I'm still sticking with it.
You're still sticking with Proxy 1 as a different proxy.
Yes.
I don't see a reason why.
I have a feeling in my gut.
Here's the thing. Ergo Proxy might just be his chosen name. I mean, if someone, it's like, you guys remember Force Awakens, where he Finn's like, my name is FN2187. He's like, well, I'm not calling you that. I'll call you Finn. Well, I'm Proxy 1. You're Proxy 13. Maybe we should give ourselves actual names. I'm going to be Monad. I'm going to be Ergo. I'm going to be whatever. It's a nickname.
I mean, they were calling him the creator.
Yeah. Well, that's another episode.
Creator of Romdo.
No, because he's still from Mosk.
No, Monad was from Mosk.
Monad's from Mosk.
Yeah.
Oh. I was confused because I asked my brother who was watching it.
We'll get to that. That's in the next episode.
So
is there anything else we want to talk about? Vincent Fantasyland?
Not really.
Yeah, I guess there wasn't too much else other than just, he's tripping and things got a little bit confusing, but I think I kept most of it straight. Yeah, let's go back to Romdo. We made it to Romdo.
Yeah.
In a record time compared to...
We made it to Romdo, but we made it there... we made it there like midway into the action.
Yeah. The
they had to
episode
recap a
starts
bunch of
like
stuff.
2 days into when they were back. The Cogito virus went nuts. I guess Ascot decided to really ramp shit up.
Yep.
There was a couple different things being explained. There's a lot going on. Vincent is gone full Ergo, and he's just... I'm sorry, he went full Proxy 1, and he's tearing the place up a little bit. Not as much as the auto raves are. They're going nutso. Because I guess they don't have a reason to live, because they're... Pino ran into one who was just like, what is my purpose? I have no more purpose.
Yeah, that's basically what all of the auto raves are basically saying. They're asking for the raison d'être, whatever that phrasing
Raison
is.
d'etre?
Yeah, I can't pronounce French words.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, they're all having existential crises simultaneously. Hey, we got to see Inquisition Hitler again.
Oh no.
That guy was back.
Gosh darn it.
None expect the Spanish Inquisition Hitler. But yeah, Riel is looking for Vincent because he jumped ship as soon as he got back. Mm-hmm. And she's having a time of things.
Ergo Proxy met Real Mayor. The new Riel.
Yeah, I've always been like wondering why you call them Real or Riel.
Well, because I always say Riel as in the Riel we know, and then Real is the new one.
I would just call her Riel too.
No.
Technically, she might be 3.
8,
yeah.
9, 27. We don't know. We don't know how many. Everyone is born out of a cloning vat.
Especially
We've
because
talked about this.
Because Daedalus was, like, said to the Riel that we know, like, did you get more, like, memories from my computer or something?
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm sure we're going to learn a little bit more about Riel's origin, because I'm sure she's not 100% real either.
No.
Like, again, I think I can stand by my original theory of it was someone that the grandfather loved and lost and just made a new one. Outside of that, there's also could be another possibility that she's like a clone of Monad or something. Something like that. I don't know. And Vincent was like weird.
That would explain why Vincent's weird attachment to her.
Yeah. Definitely. But,
Pino goes home!
Pino does go home. In a war zone.
I know!
You know what? I want to say one thing about Pino. Because I don't have as much to say about her for this episode. But, you know how we were saying stuff about, like, we're done if Pino dies. There was, like, a moment. Got very close where Spanish Inquisition Hitler nearly killed Pino. And then, like, I don't know, the hand of God came down and just blew them up right before they pulled the trigger. And even God's like, no, Pino will live. Anyway, what were you guys saying?
I was just, like, and the thing is like, I heard the piano music, so I'm, like, wondering if that's, like, Raul's actually in there playing the piano, and she's like, Dad, I'm home! Or if it's more just, like, hearkening back to, like, that moment when the window got broken into, and it was just, like, looking at that window from, like, a couple episodes ago, from when, like, he was being, I guess, brought into custody.
Yeah. When the missile went off. Yeah.
Which, I guess that arc in the sky, I'm, like, kind of confused, because it also made the shape of, like, the arc of the missile? I don't know.
So
Yeah,
very
that was the missile.
confused.
what did he do with that? Like, what did that do? Because I'm confused.
Fired it at something. We originally thought it was gonna hit Mosk, but we found out like, hey, it's not. It's been like this for a while.
Did it maybe hit somewhere else?
It could have. I don't know.
And that's where all those people were coming from
What people?
at the beginning that were walking.
Oh, maybe. It's a possibility.
I mean,
I think
that
here's
was
the thing.
what I
Wherever
was thinking, but
wherever it went, it had to be farther than Mosk even. So how they would get there in like what 2 or 3 days? Well, it's probably been a little bit longer than that. It's probably been couple of weeks since the missile went off, but they're walking. I don't know how they get there that quickly. Like, I know sometimes I try to bring a little bit of like too much logic into this. Like, again, Riel is just one-handed shotgunning people with a 12 gauge. That doesn't make any sense to me. But like that big ass missile, I assume is like an ICBM, which can like fire halfway across the world. I kind of assume that whatever he hit was a pretty long ways away. If anyone survived that, I don't know how they made it to Romdo that quickly. Or that they knew it was coming from Romdo.
Well, it didn't show them getting there.
That's true, I guess, but like it kind of like, well, yeah, maybe that's going to be a while before they get there. I don't know. Hard to say. I want to talk about one thing that was kind of like, do you guys remember, and I think we brought this up when we talked about it a while ago, the guy who Riel goes and sees, who like with all the medical forms or something, and
oh yeah, him.
I brought him up before in an earlier episode in regard to like, look at these people, they rely way too much on auto reaves, they don't even know when to do their jobs, and I'm kind of trying to figure out, I have two possibilities in my head. Either this guy is an auto reeve and he just doesn't realize what's going on, so he just continues to work without anything in front of him, or he has suffered a complete mental breakdown and just thinks he's still working.
I think the latter.
I think he thinks he's still working, but the thing is like, I'm not sure if maybe it's just like he's in denial, potentially, of just what's going on outside. And then
it can't just be denial. He doesn't even have anything in front of him, and he's like holding out papers that aren't there. I mean, I think he's like, that is a serious, he's clearly delusional if he actually thinks things are still working or doing things.
You'd be surprised what some people will do.
I think it was trying to show that like people don't know what to do without their entourages or their auto raves.
I mean, I think that's a large theme for this entire series, is people just don't know what to do with themselves in general.
Yeah.
And it's like figuring out your purpose and what to do with the time you have. Mm-hmm. This is kind of a big thing. And I guess another part is like, what do you do whenever that purpose has been taken away?
That's what everyone's asking. What is my purpose in life? What is my reason for being?
Yeah.
You
like, pass butter.
That is.
Oh my god.
The question. Oh boy.
Yeah, but we can... Yeah, apparently Grandpa was abandoned a while ago, and the Council of Statues were abandoned a while ago, because apparently Vincent is from Romdo and abandoned it to go hang out with Monad. And that's why they invaded Mosk, to get Monad back. Or to get... They went to Mosk to plunder Monad so that Vincent would come back and Ergo Proxy would return to Romdo. And I guess Ergo Proxy is just a god who has gotten completely sick of his creations and just doesn't want anything to do with them anymore.
Yeah.
God does not want to hang out with you guys anymore.
God is an absentee parent.
I mean, I've seen plenty of that in Supernatural. It feels more like he's just like, it's not that he just doesn't care. He's like, there's no point to you guys. You guys were a mistake or something. Because, yeah, they called him the creator. They said he invented the auto reeves, which I was like, I thought they were going to be, like, from, you know, built by humans or whatever.
I think all of the proxies, like, kind of made the auto raves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, me. Hi. Hello. Which also explains, like, the whole praying thing at the presence of the proxies.
Yeah, because I assume they would consider those things gods. Or at least their creators
They are
and all that.
also their creators.
But, I mean, the proxies also tend to run or would at least run the cloning vat thing, so we call them the creators of the humans, too.
Mm-hmm.
They are the creator of the current humans, which was created by previous humans to create more humans and robots.
Yes.
And they're sick of their jobs. Which, to be honest, if I was a caretaker of humanity, I'd probably get pretty sick of my job pretty fast, too.
Because humans are stupid.
Oh, we suck. We suck so hard. And then Vince got shot. Yeah.
And Rao lost his shit.
Oh, I don't think he lost his shit. I think he finally got what he wanted.
Yeah, he hates him.
I think he got what he wanted on multiple levels, because all of this was happening because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was just like, yeah, we don't need a proxy, we'll figure something else out, and then he unleashed the Cogito virus and all this other. Oh, we also found out that the attack, the auto-reeve attack on Riel was not done by,
Grandpa!
Yeah, it was done by Grandpa, not Ascot.
Oh no, I always thought it was by Grandpa.
Oh, I did not know that.
Well, when him and Daedalus were having that discussion, he was like, "Oh, you think I sent those things?" And then they cut away, and he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh." He basically just said that it was Grandpa's
I thought
idea.
he was just being a dick. Like,
No.
what? You're blaming me for this attack? And sort of like, oh yeah, you know I did it, but I'm not gonna say it.
Nah, when they cut away like that, usually it's a big opposite sort of thing in these kinds of shows.
Okay. Vincent ran into... Ergo ran into... Yeah, I'm not sure what to call him at this point, because he's not really acting like Vincent anymore, but...
Let's just stick to Ergo Proxy.
Ergo Proxy. Ergo Proxy ran into Clone Riel.
And Clone Riel really liked him.
Yeah, she grew up fast. They grew up fast, because she was a little kid a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And, yeah, she likes him, which, again, kind of gave me that kind of, like, monad kind of thing. Like, what if this Riel is, like, some sort of weird clone of monad? But I feel like that's wrong, because Ergo left for monad, and then monad was brought back. We don't know how long, and, like, the immigrants haven't been there that long. So, actually, you know what? We don't actually know how old Riel is. Riel might be a clone of monad, because we only meet her after she's an adult. She might have only been there for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be weird.
Makes the most sense.
Well, I don't know, because clones have to, like, start off as, like, babies, so...
I get that, but at the same time, we've already seen plenty of stuff of, like, memories being removed, implanted, all sorts of other things. Clearly, Riel's mind is already downloaded into a computer for this new one to learn stuff from, so...
My whole... Sorry, keep going.
No. Go for it.
My whole thing is like... The thing is like, it also explains why Daedalus is her caretaker. Basically.
A little bit. Because, like...
Because he's even watched her grow up.
I think we were all assuming those were just, like, old stock photo, or stock, like, old home videos from someone else.
There's potential, though, here that he was watching the Riel that we know grow up.
Well, I'm gonna
Oh,
also
yeah.
stand by
As
my other
the
theory of
clone
he's
goes
grandpa.
by.
I'm gonna stand by that other theory of he's grandpa as well.
I don't think he's grandpa.
I don't think he's grandpa.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But, I don't know. But yeah, episode ended with Vince getting shot with an EF proxy killer round in the arm. I'm wondering whether he's just gonna rip his own arm off just to save the rest of himself, and Raul's just laughing a storm up.
Probably. He can't die. He's the protag.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I've seen plenty of shit. This thing doesn't have another season, so I've seen plenty of shows where they kill off the protagonist right near the end.
But we still got 2 more episodes.
It might
feel
become
like-
the Riel show.
We still need to get some more things tied up.
Yeah,
They
if he
can't
d-
kill him off just yet.
Yeah, if he dies, it won't be till the last episode.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. Any other thoughts on this one?
No.
I can't really think of any.
Alrighty. We are going to watch the last 2 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
it's
think that's a
yay.
given. That's a given.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll talk to you all about them in the next episode when we see you. Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.